What is up, guys? RSC6414 here, back with another video. This time I'm reviewing Monday Night Raw this week. I apologize for not doing a SmackDown review, but I had to do some things on Friday night and with my family, so therefore I could not do the review. But doing the Raw review tonight. I may do a main event, not exactly sure, but I'll let you guys know. But enough of that, and here's my Monday Night Raw review. Raw just ended about a minute ago, I'd say, but show is alright. Nothing spectacular, nothing great. I wouldn't say it was like the best Raw I've ever seen, obviously, but it was just sort of a average, mediocre Raw. We start off with Daniel Bryan coming out, cool new shirt, respect the beard, but he just basically cuts a little promo saying that he's more, almost sounds more normal and not more face now. But then all the Money in the Bank like competitors for the Money in the Bank WWE Championship ladder match come out, and there's like 6 of the 7. The only one that's not there is RVD. They just started arguing. CM Punk says how he's better than everybody else and how he respects them too, though. And then Randy Orton and Kane stops Randy Orton from confronting Bryan. He pushes Kane out of the way, and then Orton RKO's Kane, and then all the people go out of the ring, and Orton's music starts up, and then leaves Orton in the ring, making him look all strong. They just RKO'd the big red monster Kane. This opening segment was pretty good, better than I thought it was going to be, pretty somewhat enjoyable, I guess you could say. I'd just say it was pretty good and exceeded my expectations when I first saw what was coming, but wasn't terrible. The next thing we have the first match of the night, which is the Shield versus Christian and the Usos. If you guys remember on SmackDown, Christian and the Usos won, and it's a rematch here. This match was pretty good. Both these matches have been good. The one on SmackDown and this one, just back and forth, high flying, fast paced action, which is exciting. Um, I figured the Shield would win, but I wasn't sure. It was back and forth. The Usos hit some kicks for near falls, and then Christian was going for the kill switch. One of the Usos and Roman Reigns went over the rope when Reigns clotheslined him. Reigns went over the rope too with one of the Usos. So that takes them out of the picture, and then Rollins is on the outside the ring. Christian is on the top rope while Ambrose is sort of regaining his composure. Seth Rollins slams Christian's head on the ropes in the top turnbuckle. Christian kind of falls off the ropes and is still standing and dazed a little bit, and then Dean Ambrose rolls Christian up for the 1, 2, 3, the Shield win. Makes sense. I think it'd make the Shield look weak, and they're already looking sort of weak as it is, losing the Usos and Christian, who aren't even a real team. But Usos are, obviously, but not Christian. So this was good that the Shield pick up the win here. Makes the most sense. So yeah, Shield win. Next thing we have is Dolph Ziggler versus Jinder Mahal, accompanied by Heath Slater and Drew McIntyre, the three-man band. Dolph Ziggler, Jinder Mahal hits a kick to the skull for a near fall, and then Dolph Ziggler later on in the match. Nothing too exciting in this one. Predictable winner. Dolph Ziggler hits the zigzag out of nowhere, and um, zigzag on Mahal out of nowhere. Sorry for a second, drew a blank, and then pins Mahal 1, 2, 3. Then the 3 surround the ring. Ziggler gets out of the ring, hops over Slater, who's cornering him with Drew McIntyre, and then McIntyre runs at Ziggler on the outside of the ring. Um, Ziggler hops over on the ring steps, hops over Slater. Slater runs into the ring steps. McIntyre tries to chase Ziggler, collides with Mahal, and then Ziggler delivers a zigzag on McIntyre on the outside of the ring. It was kind of funny, make Ziggler look strong, that he can go up against 3 people and look strong and come out alright. So it was pretty cool, kind of funny. Sort of sucks for 3 and B, I guess, making them look like a bunch of jobbers, but WWE, whatever. So yeah, that's about it for that. Next thing we have is Kane versus Randy Orton with a special guest referee, Daniel Bryan. Earlier in the night, Daniel Bryan confronts Kane and says he got Kane a rematch against Randy Orton on Monday Night Raw from Vicky, but he's the special guest ref. Randy Orton's on top of Kane, going at it, punching him. Bryan tells him to take it easy or something, lay off. Randy Orton keeps going. Daniel Bryan like pushes Randy Orton, and then Randy Orton shoves Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan says this match calls a disqualification for shoving the ref, and Kane says Kane's the winner. Kane says no, restart the match, so the match gets restarted. Sort of dumb, whatever. But like I said, back and forth. Trying to think what else happens. Oh yeah, Orton hits a drop kick for a near fall. Then he's going for vintage Orton, and then Kane's going for a choke slam, but he doesn't get it. And then while Kane's down, Randy Orton's going for the RKO, slapping the ring, slapping the canvas in the ring, just getting ready for the RKO. Daniel Bryan gets in front of Randy Orton, talks to him or something, says a few words to him, distracts Orton. Kane gains momentum. Daniel Bryan moves out of the way, and Kane delivers a big boot to the face of Randy Orton. Daniel Bryan delivers a 1, 2, 3 count really fast, almost like 1.5 by a normal ref is what the count probably would have been, but he did it in 1.5 seconds in a 3 count. Kane wins via boot. Sort of stupid, but I guess it progresses the storyline a little bit. Even though they are in the Money in the Bank match, makes sense, I guess. But the Kane gets revenge from losing to Orton on SmackDown. Decent match, but the ending when they sped up the count was sort of whatever. Like I said, pretty good match. Kane wins. Next thing we have is Sheamus versus Fandango, who was returning. Sheamus just basically beats Fandango up most of the match. Fandango gets a couple kicks in for a near fall, I think like Enziguri for a near fall, and then Sheamus basically just beating up Fandango most of this match, getting more offense in than Fandango, but Fandango got his, I guess, amount of kicks in. Sheamus has Fandango on the ring apron up against the ropes, slamming him in the chest like this with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fandango gets out of the ring and then walks, like, kind of gets up the entrance ramp with Summer Rae and gets counted out. So Sheamus wins via count out. Fandango didn't want any more of it, and Sheamus wins. Whatever. It's kind of dumb, but yeah, I mean, Fandango comes back and loses via count out, whatever. Not great, but you know, what are you going to do, I guess? Sheamus wins. Nothing special here. Next match we have Miz versus Ryback. There were a lot of matches tonight, but a lot of them were short. But this is Miz versus Ryback. This match was really stupid. But Ryback's basically right in the match. Miz is going at Ryback's knee the whole time. He just kick after kick after kick to the knees, and then eventually Ryback says, I quit, I quit, I quit. And then Miz wins via forfeit. It's like, are you kidding me? They're making Ryback out to be more like Cryback, so he's going to go from a vicious freaking like heel to a crying little baby. That's stupid, WWE. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It's just sort of dumb. It just makes Ryback look weird, and it's going to destroy him in the WWE if you're going to make him look like a little crybaby after he was just a pretty good, decent heel, I thought. He wasn't terrible, but he wasn't great, the best heel I've ever seen either, but he was picking up a little bit of momentum, even though he lost those 2 matches to Cena. But you know, the thing with Ryback is he's just lost a lot of matches to WWE. It's just some poor booking, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But you know, what are you gonna do? Miz wins via forfeit here. Sorry for that rant, but you know, what are you gonna do? It's just my opinion. I don't see why they're making Ryback a little crybaby, but whatever. Miz wins. Next thing we have, Henry cuts a promo. Just says he's going to win the title, the WWE Championship, Money in the Bank versus Cena, take it and get the WWE Championship that he's been wanting for a while, that he's been going for the past 17 years. That's about that. And then we have CM Punk and Curtis Axel versus the Primetime Players tag match. Decent match. CM Punk gets a hot tag. Titus O'Neil sort of slams Curtis Axel a couple times before CM Punk gets the hot tag. CM Punk comes in on Darren Young when he gets tagged by Titus O'Neil, just taking him out, kicks, just tons of kicks everywhere. Then CM Punk hits an elbow off the top rope, flying elbow, and then gets Darren Young and delivers a GTS on him, go to sleep, and then Curtis Axel tags CM Punk on the back, slaps him on the back, tags himself in, pins Darren Young, 1, 2, 3, Curtis Axel and CM Punk win. Punk's mad that Curtis Axel stole his pinfall after he's the one that did all the work, stares Curtis Axel down, rolls out of the ring just looking really angry, and then Curtis Axel and Paul Heyman are celebrating in the ring. Whatever. I guess this is just sort of moving Heyman and Punk further apart, sort of progressing that part to their eventual split up, I'm guessing, but not bad, decent match, nothing special here either. Next thing we have is Kaitlyn versus Alicia Fox. Match lasted 2 or 3 minutes. Alicia Fox delivers a drop kick and then going for a move, and Kaitlyn counters and delivers a spear right on Alicia Fox. 1, 2, 3. Kaitlyn wins. Kind of look like Alicia Fox is more like a jobber. Makes Kaitlyn look strong. And then here comes AJ, says Kaitlyn is trash. Shows a picture of Kaitlyn's head photoshopped on this woman's body. That's about all I'll say about that. Of what she looks like before the WWE. Kaitlyn's head was photoshopped on a woman's body, and that was that. Then we have, yeah, that's about it. And then we have backstage segment with Stephanie McMahon and Vicky. We already had one with Triple H and Vince. Just another one of these things, disagreeing. The McMahon family stressing Vicky out. Stephanie says there's going to be evaluation once Vicky explains to her what's going on, blah, 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 how everybody's telling her what to do different ways. She says, I understand your stress. She, like, sort of insults Stephanie by making fun of Vince and her husband, Triple H, and then she says there's going to be a job evaluation next week on Raw, so whatever there. And we go right into Cesaro versus Cody Rhodes, sort of like the World Heavyweight Championship ladder match. Cesaro's dominating. Jack Swagger's back. He's ringside with Zeb Coulter, so I guess Zeb Coulter's still his manager. Cesaro just beats Cody Rhodes up most of this match, throwing him around the ring, and then Cody Rhodes looks like he's going for a move, countered by Cesaro, right into the neutralizer. Cesaro delivers the neutralizer for 1, 2, 3. Cesaro wins. Short match again. There were like 8 or 9 matches. I know it seemed like a lot of matches, but I'm just reviewing it, you know. So Cesaro wins via neutralizer. Nothing special here. Cesaro made Cody Rhodes look like a jobber. Unfortunately, Cody Rhodes deserves a push. You know, he's talented, but what are you going to do again, I guess? Then we go to the main event, Alberto Del Rio versus John Cena. Since Del Rio's turned heel, I've never minded Del Rio. A lot of people hate him. As a face, I don't like him as much, but I don't mind him. You know, he's tolerable, and I can put up with him. And as a heel, I like him a lot more. I actually like him as a heel. As a face, he's just sort of whatever to me. I still like him alright. I just don't like him as much when he's not a heel, but I like him better as heel, but I still, like I said, don't mind him as a face. No, I went on and on about that. Versus John Cena, decent match. I was obviously going for Del Rio here. Back and forth, best match of the night by far. Del Rio. John Cena hits a drop kick on Del Rio for a near fall. Then he's going for a STF. And then later on in the match, Del Rio counters the STF, puts him in a cross arm breaker, counters out of that. Later on in the match, we have a bag breaker by Del Rio for a near fall. Then we have Del Rio deliver one of those kicks that he does, that he beat Dolph Ziggler with at Payback to become new World Heavyweight Champ after he had him in another move. That's a near fall. And then John Cena, Dolph Ziggler comes out. When Mark Henry comes out and distracts Cena, Del Rio rolls Cena up for a near fall. Then here comes Dolph Ziggler running down the ramp, gets on the rope like he's about to do something to Del Rio, distracts Del Rio. Cena grabs Del Rio, puts him in the attitude adjustment, delivers the AA for a 1-2-3. John Cena wins, of course. Unfortunately, no surprise. I was going for Del Rio. Good match, best match of the night. And then Cena wins. Mark Henry gets the WWE title, goes in the ring, hands it to Cena, and then just smiles like this maniacally at John Cena, and just saying like he's coming, beware, watch out for me, because this is, you better make this last while you can, because I'm going to take this off of you, Money in the Bank. And that basically ends the night. Then we have the Wyatt promo at the end when the show's about to go off, saying that they're coming next week. Can't wait for that. So should be good. Raw next week. Wyatt family are debuting and highly anticipated, so it should be exciting. Hope you enjoyed my review. I went on for a while. I'm sorry, but it was a long one. There's about 8 or 9 matches, so I had to review them all. So hope you enjoyed it. Check out my other videos and subscribe. Thanks, guys.